Thanksgiving has come and gone. What am I thankful for?
Me?
No. Netflix originals. That's what I'm thankful for. Welcome to Binge Watchers, where we talk about the stories and characters we love and the shows they live in. My name is Ron, and let's talk about Season 1 of Master of None. I am still pretty sick, but decided to make this video anyway, so do with that information what you may. Master of None is the Netflix original that broke my tradition. I don't know how, it just slipped by me. I didn't binge watch it all in one day, but now I have watched it and let's talk about it. Master of None tells the story of Dev, played by Aziz Ansari, who also created the show. The show has an overarching story about Dev and his life, but the main focus is tackling all sorts of issues in pretty entertaining ways. Each episode pretty much tackles something else, like how some of our parents had harder lives for us to have easier lives, or how Indian actors get typecast, how dating actually works these days, and so on and so forth. I don't know why I said that like that. Master of None is 10 episodes long, and each episode is about 30 minutes, so it's a pretty quick watch. It's not, however, your average relationship comedy. First of all, if you've ever watched any of Aziz Ansari's stand-up shows, then you're familiar with the brand of comedy that you're going to get here. Personally, when I watch his shows, I enjoy his insights and opinions more than I do the actual comedy, and it was the same deal pretty much for me with Master of None. I think Aziz Ansari is very funny, and I think that Master of None is very funny, but still the observations that the show makes about things are genuinely interesting to me, and that was kind of the main focus for me. The show kind of makes you think about how would you behave in some of these situations, and generally what are your views about some of these things. For example, how do you treat elderly people? How do you behave in relationships? Are you a little bit racist sometimes? And all of that is presented in a very funny, charming, relatable way. Funny, of course, depends on you. I like this type of comedy. I thought it was funny. One of the things that I appreciated about this show is that it feels very different from other comedies that I've watched recently that kind of deal with some of the same issues. It's a very unique style of storytelling that is probably a bit different than what you're used to, and the show commits to that style of storytelling and appeals to fans of that style, much like Parks and Rec. Master of None and Parks and Rec are not very much alike, but they are alike in the fact that they both commit to a very specific style of storytelling and comedy, and also they both have Aziz Ansari. Bottom line, should you watch it? If you liked Aziz Ansari in pretty much anything, odds are you're going to like this show. Master of None finds a great balance between asking questions and communicating an actual message and just being silly and funny. I didn't feel it was gut-puncturing funny, that's not an expression, but I also didn't feel that that was what the show was going for. Master of None tells a good story, it's fun, it's clever, it's charming, it has a very interesting perspective on things, and Netflix originals are awesome. Also, odds are you're gonna see a little bit of yourself or people you know or both in some of the interactions in this show. It just goes to show that this show has some pretty incredible writing. So have you watched Master of None? Were you able to relate to some of these situations? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out a lot. And if you're finding Binge Watchers for the first time, welcome. I'd like to invite you to join the Binge Watchers community. You can go ahead and subscribe to join in on the fun. We're talking about TV every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with reviews, discussions, opinions, all kinds of great stuff, all for you fellow TV lovers and Binge Watchers. So you can check out any of the other videos on the channel, you can check out my personal channel if you want to talk about anything else, and in any case, keep binging, and I'll see you next time.